A cozy cafe at dusk with warm golden lights reflecting on the rain-streaked windows. Outside, Noah sits across from his father, Ethan. The weather is cold. Rain is pouring continuously. They moved inside the cafe. Noah's fingers are wrapped around an untouched coffee cup. His heart pounds. Tonight is the night to say it, and tension lingers in the air. The outside street is wet from the rain, with passing cars reflecting neon lights on the pavement. A closer shot of Noah, nervously looking down at his cup, his fingers tracing the rim. Across the table, Ethan stirs his coffee absent-mindedly, his sharp blue eyes distant. The glow of the cafe lights casts a dramatic shadow across their faces, emphasizing the unspoken tension. Outside, the rain intensifies, blurring the view beyond the window. Noah finally lifts his gaze, his lips slightly parted as he hesitates before speaking. "Dad, have you ever wanted to be someone else?" His expression is filled with fear and vulnerability. Ethan, still looking down, has a subtle furrow in his brow, sensing the weight of what's coming. The cafe remains dimly lit, with shadows deepening the mood. Ethan stops stirring his coffee, his hands stilling mid-motion. His sharp blue eyes lift slightly, still not meeting Noah's directly. "Not someone else, just me, the real me." His words send a chill down Noah's spine. The background blurs slightly, focusing only on Ethan's conflicted expression. The steam from the coffee rises between them like a silent veil. Noah's chest rises and falls quickly. He leans slightly forward, his hands clenched together on the table. His hazel eyes shine with a mix of fear and relief as he finally admits, "I feel like I'm living a life that isn't mine." Ethan's eyes widen slightly, though he remains composed. Ethan exhales slowly, setting his cup down with deliberate care. He looks up at Noah for the first time, his gaze softening slightly. The dramatic lighting emphasizes the emotion in his eyes. A flashback sequence in slightly warmer tones. Ethan in his younger days, standing alone in the rain as a teenager, staring up at the city lights with a deep sadness in his eyes. He clutches his own reflection in a rain-streaked window. "I knew before you were even born," he says softly, "and I spent my whole life pretending I didn't." Noah's hands slightly tremble, his face reflecting a mix of shock and understanding. Ethan's eyes flicker with an unspoken past, his posture slightly tense. Ethan's gaze turns toward the rain outside. The neon reflections dance across his sharp features as he murmurs, "I thought it was the only way to survive." His fingers tighten around the cup. Noah watches his father with newfound understanding. Noah's voice is barely above a whisper. His expression is filled with fear and uncertainty as he says, "I thought you'd hate me if you knew." His shoulders shrink slightly, as if bracing for rejection. Ethan watches him with deep sadness. Ethan reaches forward, but hesitates, his hands hovering just above Noah's. His face is filled with regret, and his blue eyes shine with unspoken words. "I could never hate you. I only wish I had been brave enough to say it first," he finally says. Noah and Ethan finally lock eyes. A silent connection passes between them, one of deep, unbreakable understanding. The cafe around them fades into the background, leaving only the warmth between father and son. Outside, the rain begins to ease, the city lights reflecting off the wet pavement. The mood shifts to something lighter, hopeful, yet delicate. Inside, Noah watches the raindrops slide down the window, lost in thought. Ethan places a firm but gentle hand on Noah's, his expression filled with reassurance. "You're not alone," he says firmly, "and you never have to be." Noah finally breathes, shoulders relaxing. The glow of the cafe surrounds them with warmth. A final shot of Noah taking the first sip of his coffee, his lips curving into a soft smile. Ethan watches him, mirroring the expression. Outside, the sky begins to clear. With the first hint of dawn breaking through the clouds, a new beginning.